What's up, fellow gamers? Phreak here. This is the first video on my new Let's Play channel, because playing games is fun, and I like sharing them with people. And this is a game that is in early access right now, called Cyber Knight's Flashpoint. The end game is not there, but the systems are, and I find it very fun. I'm 100 or so hours in, and I enjoy the game, so let's go. I'm making a new game, and I am going to be playing on the default hardest difficulty, which is an Iron Man save, aka if you lose, your save is deleted, goodbye. You can't go back and fix mistakes, really. And yeah, it'll be fun. There's also a community challenge going on right now, which is no soldier. Soldier is easily the best combat class in the game, arguably the best overall class in the game, so it'll be my first time playing without the best class in the game, which is going to matter, right? But ultimately, again, the game's pretty fun. There's some pretty cool character creation. I find the gameplay really great. Let's go, and we'll sort of see what the gameplay is like as we get in. So I'm gonna make a character. I kind of mildly pre-planned my initial sort of setup here. So I'm gonna be a Wasteland Coyote. Wasteland Coyote. This background sets a bunch of things like where you're from, what your factions were, some other things you might know. And oh, by the way, hey, there's somebody that I don't like very much, right? So you get some like cool sort of pre-game situations. The way this game works is there are a lot of procedurally generated missions, or even the ones that have like intentionally written stories attached to them will key into some kind of a facet. So the fact that I have a syndicate boss that I don't like means I'm, very likely to run afoul of them in some point in time. So Wasteland Coyote does that, right? If I'm an ex-space station tech and they have a different enemy, it's a corporate VP. Corporations and syndicates are very different. The factions that I know are different. If I'm a detective, I've got a different enemy. Now it's a district commander of a milsec thing, right? I know how, milsec protocols work, so, hey, there might be some kind of legwork, some kind of side mission that says, oh, well, if you know how, milsec works, this is going to be a better agent to run it on, right? So there's stuff that matters here, right? You get different stats, you get different other stuff. I'm going to go Wasteland Coyote, get a bunch of reaction. Reaction gives move speed, it's pretty valuable. I'm going to go ahead and pump reaction, because I think it's a very good stat. I'm going to ultimately try to do a lot of crit chance stuff, so I'm going to bump tech as well, because tech gets crit, and then a combat stat here in strength that helps handle things like recoil. Otherwise, I'm going to grab all the things that give crit chance, basically, because I wanted to try this one out. So Trigger by Wire is available for certain backgrounds here. And then also, over here, I can grab this one, which gives me some tech, it gives me some crit chance, and makes any legwork easier for anyone on my team. Okay, great. This is me. Cool. I'm a Cyber Knight. Okay, great. Here's my character. Default color scheme. Let the random name get made. All right. So, you make your team. So, here's me. Here's my person. I can, of course, change that if I want to. Your face, who is the one who basically interacts with other people in the dialogue. We're just going to keep the default here. That's fine. There's no... there aren't multiple options right now in early access. There are two, basically, sneaks available. You can get a Vanguard or you can get an Agent EX. I'm going to choose the Vanguard here. It makes sense for what I'm trying to do here. If I chose Soren, I would be an ex-McKellen nano researcher, and I would have all these other... traits that level up over time, right? Tinkerer 1 can become Tinkerer 4, Nano Research 1 can be Nano Research 4. Here are the factions this person knows, but I'm picking Emil. Emil has different things. She's bad with sniper rifles, but she runs faster. She's got a lot of tech, so she's also going to be pretty good at critting. And has grit, and is good at legwork and whatnot. And hey, by the way, has bad blood with Matsumoto. Good to know. Cool. Great. Emil's going to be on my team. Right now there's only one hacker. Great. Here's Dade. There's two soldiers right now. Because of the no soldier challenge, I will not be using any of their soldier talents, which we'll go into a little bit. Right now, I'm going to have Overwatch, Iron Grip, and Marker Sights. I won't use them on the first mission until I can respec them into not having any soldier points on them. So I'm going to run Aaron, because ultimately, Aaron has power with sniper rifles. He's going to be good at using long-range weaponry, whereas Aitana is good with close-quarters weapons. And ultimately decided that since we're not going to use soldiers in practice, and soldiers have a bonus move speed talent that goes to the team, I didn't want to be very melee heavy, so I'm going to pick champions who can be more ranged heavy instead. And the fact this guy is bad at melee is fine, because I'm not going to be playing really melee at all. And then the final person to support, we're going to go with August the Scourge. August is actually somewhat melee range. Scourges usually are shotgun focused. You can see he spawns with a shotgun. He's got a lot of strength. He's got bonus close quarters accuracy, which is again shotgun. But ultimately, decided we're going to deal with that. It'll be fine. Scourges are actually pretty good at playing with stealthy parties, so I think this actually lines up pretty well at playing a mostly long-range, mostly sneak-focused stealthy party in this game. You can play stealthy, you can play loud. Either way, here's my set of people. Okay, great. They will eventually add a second sort of starting mission type. We don't have it right now, so I'm playing Syndicate Debts as this storyline. There's only about 5 missions in this right now. There will be more later on, again, early access, whatever. But ultimately, I owe Octane 2 million UDs. She belongs to the D cartel, and yeah, if I miss the loan payments, things are going to be bad. I don't need tutorials. I can talk about this with myself. Difficulty is Chrome. If you want to talk about what the difficulty could be, yeah, Iron Man saves. Characters die permanently, including the Knight. I have only 30% death resistance, so if I run out of health, I might die instead. How fast events run, how much security there is. So no matter how long you take, security will eventually get heightened over time. And so this actually says it heightens more quickly over time. Enemies are basically +3 level. As a decent ballpark, +1 power level takes like 20-ish missions. So this is basically enemies are like 120 missions ahead of power curve compared to like normal default power level, matrix power level. So if I'm doing any hacking mini games, they're like 80 missions ahead of me. They also get another 1.3x modifier. They get 1.2x modifier on their health. My legwork is -10%. I get paid 20% less for missions. And hey, by the way, if I'm gonna like take a negative, if I'm gonna like get a bunch of stress and my character's gonna get really pissed off, well, there's only 20% chance they resist that. Their ability to resist getting wounded for taking damage, only 20%. The ability to resist their armor getting shred is only 20%. Everything costs 1.5x. So not only am I getting paid 20% less than normal, everything costs 1.5x what it does normally as well. That is expensive. Let's make sure the difficulty is actually called Chrome so that you can see that. Okay, great. So haven't played on Chrome without a soldier before. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we'll do our best here. I also try to not skip over any of the dialogue in the game. I've played through this game several times, so yeah, hopefully it's going to be okay here. Alrighty, 3 days ago, New Boston in 2231. I'm not going to read the dialogue out. Feel free to read it out yourself if you want. I don't feel like I'm a very good narrator, so I'm not going to bother doing that. But we'll, you know, leave the text on screen long enough. Alrighty, we took the loan. We're getting the hack. We're getting the spine spliced in. We're at an Ultratech AUG clinic. So this is right before the mission. Right, here's me. Here's my face. My face, the role, not my literal face. Great, no one's watching. Exit at 3 a.m., so, you know, 3-hour turnaround. Okay, fine. And of course, again, D Cartel is who we're getting the spine from, right? Or is the financing from the spine, I should say. Alrighty, so it's almost 3 a.m. It's about time to evac myself. And you can see, with the red outlines, there are guards afoot. So here's my soldier, who will never have any soldier points ever spent. Here's my vanguard. And then Dade is my hacker. Suddenly they're angry, that's not great. Alrighty, of course I'm not going to read into the gameplay tips because I already know them, but that's just fine. Alrighty. Yep. Cool. Alrighty, so let's talk about what we have. So, here is my Vanguard. Vanguards are probably the most stealth-focused class. So everyone can shoot, everyone can reload. She's got a silenced pistol and a sword. The top icon here is who is in range. The bottom icon is who can hear it. So for example, my pistol, I'm in range of one person and they can't hear me shoot. Now, of course, if he gets shot, he's going to know. He's going to do something about that. But yeah, otherwise, you know, not a big concern. So she can take cover. Again, these are all default things, but my Vanguard has 4 unique talents. I can jam kit, so I can disable a security device, such as this laser gate, that would damage me and raise security tally. I could turn off a camera as well, for example. I've got lure, so I can cast this and say, hey, anyone in the circle is going to walk over and look at this. It costs me an action point. You can see the right, the one with the double arrow at the top of the icon says it's going to cost me 1 AP. I have 6 AP, you can see up here. I can sound, but it's cheap, and just says, oh, I can just run without making noise. You can see if I was to run up here, not only would he see me, there's the sight icon, because his sight lines can see me, but also he would hear my footsteps at this point in time. Even if he was faced away, and I said, like, oh, lure, look this way, the run would get me spotted, and the guard would turn around, and I wouldn't have surprise anymore. And the final thing is anticipation. I can actually functionally cheat and say, hey, where is the guard going to go? And I know that, oh, okay, at the guard's turn, he's going to turn to the right and look this way. And that's it. So it means the sight cone's going to move to, like, here, roughly. And we can cheat and see where this guy's going to go. And he's going to run up and then look left, which, you know, is going to be the sight cone going this way, right? So, okay, what do I want to do about this? Well, it's turn-based tactics. We can see everyone's initiative up here in the top left corner. And if you decide to delay your action, you go -10 initiative, but you keep the turn going. So, for example, I could choose to let everyone go first and then take my turn afterwards, which is actually what I'm going to do. I think it's actually one of the best ways to play this game is actually to let everyone go ahead of you. Because then, even if you screw up, they don't get another action on that turn. And you can, like, cover for mistakes if it happens. So here's my Scourge. Scourge is also pretty solid class, themed a lot around damage over time effects, but also some cool stuff. So Dissolve actually removes a body from the game. So not only can a patrolling guard not find that person, but also, you notice it says body timer here in the description. After usually it's about 3 or 4 turns, a like device will go off, say, hey, by the way, my heart's not beating anymore. Warn security. So even if you kill someone and no one can see it happen, it will eventually trigger a security escalation, unless you have something like Dissolve that disables that. So the Scourge is one of very few classes that have a way to actually deal with that mechanic. Otherwise, I can disorient somebody, I can debuff them. They will become suspicious and hunt around for the duration while it's happening, but it basically makes them have less sight range and they're easy to crit. Biocoat Bullet will deal some damage at the very end. Also, they're worse at fighting back, so if I hit somebody, I can knock them down. And then I can Biomimic so that I can run past cameras and radar arrays and whatnot. So, including laser wire. So, for example, I could use Emil here to turn off the laser wire, or I could just Biomimic, run in, grab some loot here, right? There's a lockbox here, and then run back out without triggering the lasers, which would mean no security tally and not taking damage either. As I said before, though, I'm going to delay action and let my guys go first, because this guy's going to get out of line of sight, and this guy's also going to go out of line of sight, which is the value of having a Vanguard. Lets you play stealthy and have no problems here. And then for the purpose of this run, my soldier does not have any talents, but his stuff is all about damage, so he can trigger Overwatch. Every game has an Overwatch talent, basically. All soldiers have it here. Iron Grip recovers some recoil, which is an accuracy penalty from running or shooting, as well as just gaining free damage. And then Marker Sights not only removes enemy Overwatch, but also makes them easier to hit by 15%. So again, gonna delay, let the enemies go first. Great. And you can see that the terrain is blocking their sight lines, so if someone was hiding in this corner, for example, they wouldn't be able to be seen. And this guy right here, right, you can see we can kind of sneak up on him, no big problem. Not a big problem there. Okay, so what do I want to do? Well, again, Emil's going first. Now, the initiative of 9 and 8, I could delay by 1 and go behind them all if I wanted to. If I wanted you guys to go first, I could do that. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to turn off the camera. And let's see, how fast can I go if I, like, silence my way up, right? If I go quickly, I can get here with 2 AP remaining, which is not a ton. And it's probably not quite enough to kill. And so I'm kind of, like, I think I'm safe to try to do this anyway, and it'll probably work out in the end, so I'm going to take a little bit of a risk. So watch, I'm going to walk up, and because I engaged silence here, I'm not making any noises, right? So the vision cone can't see me, and I can run up without him hearing anything. So I'm just going to run up here. No noise. And then you can either do a basic attack with the melee weapon, or you can use a power slice, which costs battery. Here's the 2 ammo here. Battery does not recharge on its own. And so I have an 85% chance to hit, and it's probably going to do almost the full health bar. If I get lucky, it'll actually kill. And I got lucky. I actually crit, which is huge. So I one-shot him. Goodbye to 1 guard. Thank you, prediction here. And so she's done. She can't do anything else. She has no AP, so see ya. And then you roll 2d6 plus some number for your initiative next round. So there's like a randomness, right? It's plus or minus 10, or plus or minus 5, I guess. And so, like, for example, if August was to end his turn, he would have 14 and 24 initiative, which means he would always go before this guard up here, essentially. So we're in this world, right? So now that there's no noise, or sorry, now that we don't really care, like there's no real danger from the bad guys, the question is, how am I going to kill this guy, right? How am I going to sort of succeed on my turn? And so I'm trying to find somewhere to stand where I can easily deal good damage. So the shotgun takes 2 AP to shoot, right? You can see right here, it takes 2 AP. The pistol is special. It takes 2 AP normally, but if you only have 1 AP left, you can actually still take a pistol shot. So I'm really trying to find an angle here where I can have 3 action points remaining. While still having line of sight. So if I go like right here, just barely, I can sneak in. I have 3 AP. If I hover, I have a 90% hit chance on the shotgun, which is really not bad. And there's no other guards, so I'm probably fine. This guy can hear, but it won't matter, because I'll kill him before the end of the turn, right? So I'm going to do that, right? We're going to run up here. We're going to shotgun the pistol. Should be reasonable. So 84% hit chance, not bad. So there's a lot of weapons here, which I actually love this mechanic, by the way, in a game like this. You pretty much can't get screwed on the 95% hit chance. So there's a mechanic called glancing hits in this game, where most weapons, say if your hit chance is at least 80%, you are guaranteed to do at least a glancing hit. And glancing hits, one, can't crit, which matters, and two, do at minimum 30% listed damage. So I might do most of the health bar in one shot. And in fact, I might even crit, right? My crit chance is 16%, which isn't too bad. But even if I don't crit, or I roll really, really poorly somehow, I'm still guaranteed to do 1/3 damage by getting a glancing hit here. And you can see all the stuff here, right? Because I'm not in his vision cone, right? I'm just outside the vision cone, just barely. He doesn't see me. Cover's high enough, I guess, because my footsteps were quiet enough, because this guy specifically has a low footstep noise trait. This guy didn't hear me run up, and so I get to shoot him in the face with a shotgun. He doesn't even know I'm here. This guy has literally no idea. You can see up here, security tally is going up to a turn every turn, no matter what. And the guards have not impacted this literally at all. I've got 5 recoil from having run. I'm getting -10 because there's some cover in the way, and I'm slightly outside the maximum range, or the optimal range of my shotgun, so I'm -4 for accuracy, but still 84 is pretty good. And actually, to be extra safe, actually, it's a 5-turn. I'm going to wait. I'm going to hold Biocoat Bullet because I don't think I need it. Let's go use the shotgun. All right, so 191. Cool. So he got shot. He's got 50 health left. And notice that now the security escalation is +4 because the guard's like, wait a second, there's combat. And so because the guard says there's combat, if this round were to end right now, we would increase the security tally by 4 instead of 2, because now we have a guard telling the security, like, hey, there's trouble afoot. We might want to do something about this. So pistol accuracy is very low at 44%. I'm actually going to risk something here. I'm going to delay my turn and let Aaron take a try. Again, can't use his talents because no soldier challenge. But I'm going to go ahead and run up here. And I'm going to get as close as I can. I think I don't need more than just kind of maximizing the distance here. And actually, got to be careful because if I do it wrong, I'm going to block my other teammate's line of sight. So I'm going to try to get around to the side here instead. I could have like walked up to this cover here, but this way, if I need August to shoot, I can do that. All right, yeah. So let's just go kind of maximally out to the side. 3 AP is enough for a burst shot with the AR. I get seen. He sees another intruder here, and he heard my footsteps, so we added another 2 tally. Yes, I'm aware seeing somebody, hearing somebody, the same tally is literally getting shot. It is what it is. So you can see that with a burst fire on my AR, I'm guaranteed a glancing hit, which is probably going to kill. Or if I full auto, I'm not guaranteed, but I'm going to hit 3 bullet hits here. And, you know, at 2/3 chance to hit 3 bullets is very, very likely. I think the chance of failing all 3 is 1 in 27 or something like that. So pretty unlikely. So let's just burst fire. Actually, it actually might be safer to go for this first, weirdly, because I can get the pistol shot afterwards. All right, cool. We hit normally, so this guy's dead, and the security tally goes back down because now that he's dead, he can't actually report back to the AI. People only report to the AI at the end of the round, and so there's actually a very strong incentive to try to clean up any guard you interacted with during the turn. So I'm just gonna, run forward in the turn at this point. Right, he's done. August is gonna run up as well. Okay, so pretty successful first turn. And of course, the AI gets +2 because they're noticing quantum interference. At this point, I've got the spine implanted in my Cyber Knight, who's like downstairs, and so the security AI is like, wait a second, something's weird here. And so, also from story reasons, they're spawning some guards. Alrighty, but the objective is just simply to leave, right? The objective is simply to leave. Can we get to the hover pad? Can we get everyone out? There are some guards, but there is no reason to kill them. There is no XP or gear drops from killing guards. Going perfectly stealthy, getting 0 kills is literally full rewards. One thing that is not full rewards, though, is actually getting loot boxes. So there is a loot box over here. There's one over here. There's one over here. And there's one over here. And ideally, I would really like to get all 4 loot boxes because that is the only major variation in mission rewards every round. And so it's pretty valuable to get everything. So I want to check how many biomimics this guy has. This guy only has 1 biomimic, and it's a 5-turn recharge. So ideally, I'd like to use him. Turn over here and bypass, right? And I'll double check here, right? You can avoid triggering laser wires, cameras, radar arrays, bioscan fields. So it doesn't block pressure sensors, but pressure sensor is only +1 security tally. So if I get to bypass the laser field, which is probably good enough for me. So this guy's going to go here and bypass the laser field. He might just do this all in one route and just like do both of these together because this guard's in the way otherwise. And so I'm going to use a meal to knock down this laser gate and just take this lockbox. Because we only really have to knock down this and this to get all the loot. So that's going to be the plan. Let's go ahead and run August forwards. I could bypass my turn, but I know this guard's not that close by, so it's fine. So August is done. Aaron can run up as well. And so I'm going to try to maximize loot before I try to evacuate. All right, great. And then Emil still has 1 charge of jam kit left. So let's jam kit this. I could have run around and gone to this this door here. There's an access door right here, but I decided that, I'll burn the talent point. Let's just kind of go. Also, you can sometimes, the game is a little bit generous with clicking on and using objects. So I'm going to try to cheat one action point here, and we'll see if it works. Yep, great. Pog. It doesn't really matter, but hey, I get to cheat 1 AP. Yeah, I'll just run up. Doesn't really matter here. Cool. So I've still got lure available if I need it. And the other turns, my other actions come back in, 3 or 4 rounds, right? These are these recharge timers. I can't use another power size for all, but that's gonna be fine. All right, the guard's gonna run up. I played this mission so many times, I know what his patrol route is, at least reasonably well. So everyone's safe for now. He'll run down this way during the next turn. I didn't actually take down this dead body. I should have considered using August to dissolve one of them. Ultimately, right, it'll expire at the end of next turn, so at the end of turn 4, it will expire. It will raise security tally, and then a guard will go try to investigate that. Unless something else happens that, separates them elsewhere. So I'm just going to run past this guy. I'm pretty sure he can, full bypass him, and it's fine. So I'm going to send August over this way, because he's gonna biomimic and just, get away. I actually usually kill this guard, but I'm not doing it this time. I'm not sure why, but it's, slightly riskier, because he's going to move before Aaron gets to move. So there's actually some risk here. Okay, so I'm going to have Emil skip her turn. I don't think I'm going to be in vision, but to be safe, I can spend 1 action point to get in cover first, then delay my turn, and then we'll see how far up the guard goes. But I don't believe I'd get spotted. In fact, he's done just like that. Okay, so now we're actually kind of trapped because his vision cone. We could just barely squeak out, I guess, which isn't great, but yeah, I can do it. The alternative is try to kill him on this round, right? So because I'm in cover, I can pop out and just go ham. And honestly, with 6 AP, I can burst fire twice. He's probably dead. So it's going to work here, I'm pretty sure. I mean, 95% I land all 3 bullets. Yeah, 196 is a pretty good roll. And then this guy's just pretty much always dead. My recoil is, yeah, ARs kick up a lot of recoil is the problem. So I only have 50% chance to hit, but 3 bullets, 50% chance is pretty good. It's, what, 1 in 8 to not land any of them? Great. I actually landed all 3. Wow, 1 in 8 to land all 3. That's actually incredible. Anyway, I know how the mission plays out, and we're gonna be over here late game anyway, so I'm not gonna bother. But I'm gonna send Emil up here to get this loot box. I am cheating by knowing how the mission works. To be fair, there is, the ability to look forward into your opponent's turns is something that is canonically in the game, so I don't care. But this guy will get set up. I could have maybe gone for this box first, but I don't think it really matters. Alright, I was going to keep running over. And got rid of our 1 guard. And you can see now the security tally is going to be +4 because of these bodies dying, right? This one is expiring end of current turn. This one is next turn. So it's +2 for a dead body. And if someone was around, they would be sent to go investigate. But there's no one here. Our 1 guard has been slain. So once again, I can cheat 1 AP. There we go. That'll be good enough. And then she can run back to the evac point. Alrighty, on to round 5. And you can see that because the second body is going to decay right now, sorry, this one is going to, we're going to get our first security escalation. So we'll talk about what that does in a little bit. Right, Emil can just keep running forward. That's fine. Great. August gets to go hit Biomimic. He gets now bypass the laser gate. Doesn't work for pressure plates, but it will work for the laser gate. Make sure I don't waste AP if I can help it. That looks fine. Yep, so bypass lasers, cool. Grab some loot. Cool, so yeah. Some more bandages, and then some money at the end of the mission. Okay, cool. I believe this lasts more than 1 turn? Yeah, it lasts 2, so we're chilling. Alright, Aaron is already reloaded. We can have him just kind of, I don't know, stand here, hang out, end his turn. Okay, so we hit security level 1, right? So when security level rises, things happen, right? In this case, it was, they turn on a bunch of cameras. So now, there's a bunch of cameras all around the map. And if I walk by one, right, it's +1 security tally. And the security AI will, at the end of the turn, talk to the guards and be like, yo, we saw someone on this camera. You two go investigate. And so that's kind of how enemy coordination works is at end of round, the AI connects everybody and says, hey, here's some information, go do stuff. Which I think is actually a pretty cool system, where like it's a good level of, if you break stealth, the game doesn't immediately become only combat, because you can unwind it by getting rid of everyone who knew something, not only during that round, but in a later round. Like if the AI only sends 2 people, and you kill them too, you're back to square one. You're back to fine, which I think works really, really well. I'm actually a really big fan of that sort of gameplay interaction. So Aaron is still chilling on the evac point, nothing to do here. Emil's in a similar boat, walking on the evac point, end her turn. And then August is going to try to beeline all the way back. We're going to hope we don't get spotted by this. Should be fine. Then, of course, yeah, gaining loot essentially costs me security points because... oh, that's going to be a little annoying. Okay. Well, Aaron is still chilling. Emil does have a jam kit for this camera, which I think I want to use, actually. So I'm going to run her up a little bit. Let's see. Yes, burn 1 full AP. That'll be easily in range, right? Yeah, it's easily in range. So I'm going to run up here. I'm going to hit the jam kit. I'm going to delay her turn so that August can run all the way up. And can I cheat the game into getting me in here? That actually, him being there makes this a little bit tougher. I'm going to delay your turn so that Aaron can give you space. And that actually might make a difference here. Alright, so I would like August to be able to make it. It's going to be tight. The game might accept that. We'll see. Of course, I'll have to run Emil up as well. That's fine. I can do that. And then it's worth noting, although this doesn't seem to get spotted out here, you get leverage. Leverage is a... you normally buy it before the mission starts, but essentially you can have these like special active skills that don't cost anything, aside from like whatever you're spending pre-mission to get them, and it will do something useful, like give you action points, or weaken enemies, or turn off security AIs, or whatever. And so in this case, it's just gonna erase 4 yellow blips, which are like pending security escalation points, or pending security tally. And so, sure, might as well, right? Delete that down. Great. So August's turn is done, and let's get Emil back on the square because she needs to. Does this get us here? Yep. Okay, cool. Alrighty, incoming more guards. You thought you were escaping. No, you're not. As I said, I've played this game before. I know how this mission goes. There are going to be some new guards. That's fine, we can deal with it. Alright, going to use the basement to dig out. Take the cargo truck. Ooh, whoops. Rooftop on lockdown. Alright, our hacker can make it, which is good. Our hacker can get us down the other elevator. Sweet. Yep, here come the guards. And these ones look a little scarier, right? These guys are actually kitted up way better than the other ones. Which means direct combat is a lot harder. There's one right the way we wanted to go. Yes, I know, she's, you know, right in front of the loot box, but I can still make it. Alright, yeah, so they don't know that we're here. Right. They know that they want to patrol, but they don't know where we are or anything, right? None of them can see us right now. And Dave will need 2 turns to finish hacking the elevator up there, right? Alrighty, so I've got a few AP left. Yeah, so these are... you can click on them and get some info. They're T assaults. And these guys have a bit more HP. They're power level 2. We start at power level 0. They have 30% armor, which is not that much. They're wearing what looks like shotguns. Yeah, these guys have shotgun. Shotguns are very good at close range. Obviously, they're pretty bad at long range. And I think they all have the same gear here. Usually, the way this game is built, the developers pick the same skin for the same enemy types. So you can, like, via portrait or seeing them in world, be like, oh, okay, they're the same guys, right? And then they have, like, just unique names to, like, separate which one's which. This guy's a little bit different. Yeah, this guy's wearing different stuff, slightly, right? If we see this guy, I guess it is pretty similar, but color seems a bit different, and this guy is a T-Rex instead, which has an AR. So he's got a bit more HP, similar armor, but different weapon. Okay, well, we gotta get out, right? We gotta get here. We gotta hold it for 2 turns. And we also really care about getting this loot box, because I really want the loot box. Now, these guys can go later this round, and because delay action costs you 10 AP, no one can delay action. So I've got to, like, try to run the old-fashioned way to try to get out. So we're going to try that. We're going to run all the way on the outside. When I can get into anticipation range, I will anticipate this guy's movements, but yeah. And again, no soldier challenge, so no soldier talents getting used at all. So no Overwatch, no marker sights, none of that stuff, which is very valuable. It's very strong. We don't have it. Alrighty, here they go. He thankfully can't see up. Also, this music bops. Oh, orders received. Yep, the AI talked. Oh, so what's funny is they talk a turn later about getting leverage, but it was already in my inventory, so since I already know how this mission goes, I use my leverage to lower the security AI tally. But yeah, that was already burned. You can see it's out of my inventory now. But technically, I guess the chat timing is desynced from the actual addition to your inventory, but it doesn't really matter here. Alrighty, so of course can't go this way. I could have opened this door and gone out, but that's clearly not how the game's going to actually work for us. Alright, so it's Emil's turn, and yeah, so he's suspicious, right? Like these guys are suspicious because the AI talked. Right, a body timer is timed out. Yeah, you know, fun stuff. So, okay. Let's figure out how to play this mission out. Obviously, we want to get everyone over here. We need someone here as soon as possible. So the question is, what does Emil want to do? And I don't even know for sure what we're going to see from this guy. So I want to spend only 1 AP walking up, try to get in range. This will put me in range. Okay, good. I can only anticipate one person, unfortunately, so I don't know what this guy's doing. But he had walked up and turned over, so I'm going to assume that we're going to be okay. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to assume that we're going to be okay here. So, 1 AP. Anticipation. Where are you going? Okay, he's going to run straight up that way. So as long as I can let him run past, we are chilling. Let's run far enough away where I shouldn't be envisioned. This box should block, like, everything. This box should be good for him as well. This wall should also be good. So those two should be fine. August needs to, in case this guy actually decides to run this way, because like the body that timed out is this one, right? If they're actively searching for these bodies, then like they might run this direction. Like this guy might run this direction, so I need to make sure I'm not getting spotted. So I'm gonna have him run. I'm just gonna burn all your AP, I think, and just put you like all be heard. Oh yeah. His ears. I was gonna say his ear sight. Yeah, okay, I think it's enough now. So, if you press C, you crouch and you walk silently. You don't get as much movement per action point, but you don't make as much noise. And so that's a consideration here a lot of the time. Alright, where can I get with my 1 AP? My 5 remaining AP. That's a little bit dangerous. This wall probably covers me, but I'm a little afraid of that. But I can't get here, this rock is in the way, so... if I run here, am I probably safe? I'm probably safe, but... I don't want to burn disorient either. Like, I know I can make this guy, like, for sure walk this direction, but I don't want to. Maybe that's incorrect, but I don't want to. I'm just gonna risk it. Whatever. I'm gonna run over here, and I'm gonna pretend he can't see me. If he can, it's gonna be really bad. But, we're risking it for the biscuit. Yeah, so he wasn't told anything by the AI, so he's just patrolling. This guy, yeah, was told by the AI to go look around. And he's running up this way. Yep, there's the dead guard. Oh, right, that's the one that died. I'm silly. Right. This guy died later. So this is the one that he got told about, right? This guy's corpse timer ran out when these guys had already spawned. And so this guy was told, hey, someone died over here. Go check. And so he runs over, sees the corpse, and goes, oh, shit, yeah. So we get AI escalation, right? We get +3 pips because this guy was like, hey, dead body reported. Like, not only do we get +2 from his death timer getting reported, but then another +3 for like, yes, there's actually a corpse here. So we're getting another escalation very, very soon. And so he's like, okay, well, this guy died. He has no idea who killed him or from where. So they don't know where we are, right? There's no stealth break on that. But now he's like, he's on alert. He's going to talk to the AI at the end of the round, like, hey, I found a body. We're probably going to get like more guys put as suspicious. But again, we already hacked this guy's mind. We know what he's up to. Unfortunately, Aaron has got the 10 AP, which means I can't spend my entire turn moving, and I can't, like, delay. So unfortunately, I'm going to have, like, really awkward timing here, but I'll get as far as if I can. That's going to be it, and I'll end my turn here. And this guy is going to go run over. Again, the AI told him to run over there, and so he does. But the nice thing is that body is away from where we need to be, which is great. So off we go. This guy is unaware. He's still patrolling. I think we're okay to run down. So off we go. She has the most movement so far, so she's going to be the leader and pick up my loot. Alrighty. Camera's back online after getting jam kitted. August's turn first. And yeah, we just kind of beeline over here, right? No one should be going this way anymore. Looks like he's back to just patrolling. Since the body he was sent to go find has been found, he's like, okay, well, I'll stop here and look around. So let's try to get away from him. And thankfully, you know, we can see that there's no, like, if I was running here, he would hear me, right? There's the ear marker, but I can get over here and it's just out of earshot. So there's the sprint. Then Aaron can do similar. I can't quite get him all the way to this this point here, but actually, okay. So I'm curious. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna try. Who has turns before this guy gets delayed, right? This guy is at 9, so if I... So one thing I'm considering, right, is having this guy just having Aaron run and grab this loot and letting Emil run all the way up to this gate, because she might make it just barely. I'm gonna try that. Because the sooner I can start this timer, the better. So I get some files I can sell. I get some more bandages, and I get Echo Jammer, which is basically jam kit, but in a consumable form. So if you don't have a Vanguard or something, you can still use it to disable stuff. So based on our map hacks, we know he's not going to see me. So even though I'm not in very good cover, he will never turn the way around unless something else makes noise. Oh boy. Okay, that's... Okay, we're fine. Yep, okay. He hasn't been told anything. And this guy is trying to find the disturbance, right? He's trying to find who killed this guy, and he's kind of going to wander around aimlessly. Okay, so we know what this guy's going to do. Map packs are still on. And she can make it. The difficulty is this guy's going to see me straight up. So how do I want to handle this? And you can see that he'll see me right here. So the question is, can I, if I run up to here, will I get him with lure? Yes. Okay, ultimately, yes. And I have one, if I was to run all the way up, I have 1 AP left. So I do have the 1 AP to spend. To burn all the way, right? So move exactly 2 AP worth of movement. Okay, great. I'm just out of line of sight right now. And then I'm going to... Nope, that's the wrong thing. I'm going to lure you this way. Okay, she's going to go check that out. And I can start this timer without anything special happening yet. Alrighty. Whew. Alright. One person needs to stay in pretty much open zones, which is dangerous. Alright, well, that's the end of your turn. Oh, actually, the map hacks lied. The security AI told him to go somewhere else. Okay. Understood. Alright. So, I need one more turn here. Emil is in some amount of cover, right? Like, technically, she's a little bit covered from this guy. It's not great, don't get me wrong. But she can't leave without breaking the hack. Now, the thing is, here's the tough thing, right? So, I could turn off this camera and try to kill him before he gets to act. The problem is he gets to act before Aaron does. And I can't hack his knowledge. Like, I don't know what he's going to do. He might turn to right. So the question is, can I kill him with just Emil and August before he goes? Because as soon as, if he doesn't die, right, his gun's going to make noise. I'm going to be like, wait a second, I hear gunfire. And they're all going to turn and investigate. All three are going to be able to heal and hear a shotgun. And that's dangerous for me. So what do I want to do here? That's dangerous. Like, she can land the first shot, no problem, right? She's guaranteed hit, basically, right? He's surprised, going to hit bonus. But if, for example, like I say, hey, do you want to try August? Actually, if I delay turn, well, that's fine, actually. I can have her delay turn. She'll go to 14, and this guy goes, and that's actually totally fine. All right, so if August wanted to fight, again, all three can hear the shotgun blast. If I was to run up farther, you can see, like, you know, at every given distance, okay, if I ran all the way, like, here, only one person could hear the shotgun blast. But if I, like, do anything remotely reasonable, this guy's in audio range. So it's like, well, I could use my pistol. It would be okay-ish. The problem is it's in vision of the camera. So the camera's going to see the body, call security AI, and someone's going to investigate, but only did one turn. So I think it's, like, kind of okay to try it out. So I'm going to have August run up. Yeah, we'll burn 2 action points moving. I could do it with only 1 action point on the pistol. That's still a reasonable chance to hit. That seems fine. And that way, because you can shoot a pistol shot for 1 AP if it's your last AP remaining, I can actually get 3 shots off. Oh, no, disorient costs 1. Okay, never mind. That actually is not possible. So I can burn 2 AP here. I can disorient for 1. And this gives me crit chance, which is useful because this might give me a better chance of getting a kill. So I think we're gonna go ahead and try killing him. It's a bit of a risk, but I'm gonna try it. I think with enough pistol shots it'll be okay. But if it's wrong, I get really owned. All right, disorient. That gives me some crit chance. 92 chance to hit, 21 crit chance, not bad. I get 2 shots, which are decent damage. So yeah, 96 damage. Silence pistols do not do the most damage here. August turn is done. And people don't talk until the end of their turn. So the fact that this guy's in combat does not tell anyone else anything else. Even though he knows he's in combat, it's not enough yet. Yeah, okay, so I've got a pretty good chance to hit here. I don't want to bother walking off this to jam the camera. It's not a big enough deal for me. The fact that it's going to not do anything until end of turn means I don't need to, like, take the AP. So he's dead. Camera sees it, right? So what's interesting is the tally didn't move because he died. So now he can't report that he got shot at. But the camera sees a corpse and just, like, basically makes up for it instantly. So I can reload. I can end my turn. This guy's still trying to find out who killed this guy. Doesn't really know where to go. It's fine. And then Aaron can just make it over. What's up? Great. He's done. The guy in the middle. Okay, he's heading back this way. Thankfully, I got out of here already. And then Emil can just end her turn. She's chilling. And now, right? Hey, we hacked it. It's open. Our exit's here. And then we get a link here, right? So Emil is now respectful of Dade. So this might also create things in the game's story engine. Alrighty, so cool. We killed him. The security AI almost certainly is going to call people over to go investigate this. Doesn't matter though because we're evacuating. Well, it matters a little bit because 2 of them get turns first. So we're going to really hope that we're okay here. But there's a small chance I get shot at, which is going to be sad for me. Oh well, good luck. Yep, security AI in my ear, and he's booking it. Thankfully, he is just out of range of me. And this guy was already doing his own hunting. Again, they don't know where I am. All they know is there is a corpse, right? This guy ran to the corpse. This guy's just investigating, like, something happened, right? Something's going on. They do not know it's me. None of them heard the gunshot. And, right, none of them heard from him where he's getting shot from. They just know a corpse showed up out of nowhere. So, again, I actually really like the stealth AI system in this game. There are things that will be like, okay, that's weird, like I feel like they're being dumb, but the rules are very consistent and like very learnable, and they're very enjoyable because again, you can kill people and then break back into stealth with a like only partial loss in like invisibility. I think it's really, really nice. So something that I enjoy quite a lot. And we made it out with no deaths, and we got all 4 loot boxes. So no money, right? Because no one sent us on the mission. But we get some XP. So Emil, Aaron, and August all get some experience. We got a bunch of loot here. We got some heat. We'll talk about heat in a little bit. But we managed to get some bandages. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks of bandages. So a bunch more healing items. We got an extra $6,000 in cred chips, which is nice because we didn't, make anything off the money otherwise. And we got some files that you can sell people. So corporate invoices, personnel files, patient dossiers. These things you can sell your contacts. They will pay you for intel. It's mostly just money in other forms, but there's some subtleties that we'll talk about probably in a later episode. And we'll go to the base. So this video will end at the end of base building when we get ready to launch our second mission. And so whenever I'm set up with the base and I'm going to launch mission 2, that's when this video will end. And hopefully at some point episode 2 will be on and we'll run the second mission. So time for some story. We got out. Yeah, why were there guards here? It should have been chill. It was done after hours, right? At midnight. Why were there guards? So we can try to figure out, right? We can do legwork. They are not direct jobs. You don't. It's just RNG. It's just there's a chance that it works and there's a chance it doesn't. But hey, you know, you can sometimes get a new contact, you can sometimes get some new gear, you can sometimes get discounts on stuff, you can sometimes get an alternate, like, condition or route into a mission. There's some pretty cool stuff here with legwork. And right now they're all hand designed. There's no, like, procedurally generated, like, randomly created legworks. But of course, if you're on legwork, you're not part of the mission. Most missions are run with 4 people, and right now I've only got 5 mission-ready agents. So if, like, someone's injured and someone's on legwork, I've only got 3 people available. And first I'm going to talk about the other dialogue option as we start to try to build up our base, clean some rooms, build some buildings. And then, yeah, we should actually see what happened. Why do we have a snitch? I'm going to choose to send Dade. He is the best at it. After all, we're like, hey, why was there a whistleblower? What's going on? If we fail, we still get to find them, but we get 20 heat. If we succeed, which is a pretty good chance, 67%, then we get to know who it was. Cool. Alrighty. Yeah, sounds good. So Dade is our best option for it. Dade is level 1. 2/3 chance, not bad. Good luck, Dade. Alrighty. And so we're going to clean some rooms, right? So we can start building our base production here. Alright, well. I'm going to clean 2 rooms together. I'm just trying to think of which orientation I want them in, just because I kind of care about that stuff, even though it's sort of silly. So we're going to clean up these 2. Once you open up buildings, you hook them up to power. You can see there's power on them. You can hook them up to cooling, and then you can turn them into actual buildings that do stuff for you. So that's going on. We can see in our cold storage we have some files, right? I'm going to quickly filter this down to things that are not used in a set. So files that are not used in a set, I have none. Essentially what is in this game is you can create file sets. So if you get, like, some invoices or personnel files or patient dossiers, you can put them together and combine them, and they're worth like 50 to 100% more money that you then sell them more. And so it's like, it's worth collecting, but if you need the money now, you just sell them piecemeal and it's fine. But if you don't want to, or you like if you want to wait to get more money, in which case I have nothing to spend them on anyway, then you can do that. You can work on 2 rooms at a time via the command HQ. As you upgrade it, you can increase that number to 3 and eventually 4. Maximum power on a building right now is 3. All stuff that can matter. And anyway, we've got some chatting to do, as Blur wants to talk to me. Oh, okay, it's just like, just go spend time. All right, cool. So we have one person who's injured, which is, of course, me, right? I'm injured for 2 days because I had a Cyberknight thing spliced into my spine. Yeah, that matters, right? So I'm a wasteland coyote, who I was, right? I was raised in the Leans outside Boston's New Boston's Dome. The Cyberknight, like, spine is modified, and it gives me reaction, will, crit, and ballistic damage. So that's cool. I have some, like, military augmentations on my special spine. I've got my cool cyberware. And then as a person, I was a relentless tracker, and so I have some extra tech, some extra crit chance, and all of my mercs are bonus legwork, which I thought was really valuable since I'm playing on a Iron Man save system. And yeah, it's useful. So, go ahead and fast forward because nothing else to do, right? We're recovering, waiting for legwork. Alrighty. It's been 1 day. I'm still recovering. It's 2 to be done. Get back to bed. Meh. It's been 12 days? Okay, fair. Got a quantum spine. I forget what it's called exactly. Quantum computer? No, that's not it. I'm griefing on the lore. Sorry, guys. The Quantum Rider, that's what it is. Thank you. See, there we go. Perfect timing. Thank you, Tracy Brothers. So Ultratech, right? Yeah, what's up with those guys? There was a snitch. They snitched late, though. Right, yeah, because if someone snitched as part of the operation, we would have been caught and not gotten the spine. So someone, like, probably caught wind of it during, right? Maybe someone on the surgical team, yeah. And if it was someone on our team, yeah, we just gotten killed, right? Yep, so we sent Dade to go figure it out. Good luck, Dade. Octane is our syndicate financier. She's the one who paid us, paid the $2 million to get the spline spiced in. That's obviously a lot. It is a loan. We have to pay her back. We can call Octane directly whenever we want. We need money. So we have a raid, a forward op, a heist. We're going to go raid McKellen and try to get some stuff. They have security. There's going to have some gear. Great, but we can try to find files, blueprints, all that kind of stuff. Forward op, yes indeed. Again, have to talk to Octane. In 2 weeks, we need 500k. It's going to be a lot. That's quite expensive, especially with our difficulty, lowering our payments by 20%. It's expensive, but anyway, I'm going to go to bed. My MC is going to go to bed. Alrighty, so legwork done in 3 days. We have this heist that's due in 3 weeks. About a month, not 2 weeks. We have to pay our 500,000. We have 13,000. That's a lot, right? The like little cred sheets we picked up were worth 6k. It wasn't very much. These rooms cost 9k to dig out. Like, if we want, cool, building upgrades, it's going to set us back. So the question is, what do we want to do everything? I'm going to go ahead and let this legwork finish first. I find that on average, it is better to let as much complete as possible and talk to people late. There's no penalty for waiting. In fact, you can't like accidentally miss something. It will always pop this by the time the timer runs out. So good luck, Dade. Please don't screw up. Yep, they picked him up. Ooh, not great. We have a lead. Okay, so yeah, so a research lead, actually saw something was weird, and so, hey, we now know somebody named Maria Perry. It was just a bad look, so it's not like we're getting set up or anything, it's just someone called security because they wanted to call security. We have 20 heat. We'll talk about heat in a second. It burns off at 1 per day, makes the life more difficult. Security gets tougher, jobs will be stiffer. Some contacts have a heat maximum. They will not deal with you if you have too much heat on you. So you can like lose access to like a gun merchant or someone who might give you missions because they don't want to work with a squad that has got so much attention on them. It also lowers things like stress resistance, which can matter. Stress is a like long-term cost you have to try to find a way to pay off, which is doable. It's not that bad. Early game, it's actually a pretty big deal. Yeah, so let's see if we can talk to Maria and get something out of this. Let's do some legwork. And Dade will try again. And yeah, if we do get it, then we get somebody that we know who owes us favors, which is great because you can use favors to cash in for pre-mission legwork, which is, for example, like the -4 security tally. That's leverage, not legwork. That's an example of leverage, and so there's some really good leverages out there. So if we get it right, we get a contact who owes us leverage, who owes us favors, which is functional leverage, and if we get it wrong, we just keep trying. We eventually get the guaranteed, so that's cool. Great. So we can always get this person. We just get extra heat, or we waste time as if our rolls are bad, right? Okay, great. We're still digging out these rooms. Still 2.5 days to go. Nothing else to do but wait. Alrighty. Here's Octane. We owe her 2 million. Yeah, Cyber Knights are quite rare. Obviously, again, this spine costs 2 million, and it was dug out of a dead Cyber Knight, so again, they're pretty rare. Oh, and yeah, Ultratech scooped up the doctor who spliced in our spine. So not necessarily dead, but might be in a holding cell somewhere. Oh, and his brother owed a life debt to D Cartel, which is where she works. So that's why he was part of this, apparently. Yeah, can't nanofab 1. Nanofab is functionally crafting in this game, by the way. In the lore and in the actual gameplay impact. And apparently it was a Cyberknight under the thumb of D Cartel. Oh, okay, great, yeah. Criminal cartels, wonderful. Yeah, why are we chatting? Because we don't owe you money for another 3 weeks. I owe you a lot of money. Yes, I do. It is possible. What's funny is the devs actually have data tracking. You can turn it off, of course, you want. But they're like, no, people have like done this mission by just paying her back $2 million. But you know, there's quests to do, and I mean, why would you play a game without taking all the main quests that they're off to offer? So sure. Wow, it's worth $2 million if we do this stuff for okay. That's a lot of money. $2 million is a lot of money, especially very much in the early game. But even like relatively late game, it's a lot of money. So, yep. She wants to steal something that's been stolen from her. She needs to steal from D Street Cartel, her own people. Oh my. So, Ghoul is a syndicate blade and has her stolen property. Once you recover it, I need a Cyberknight to sneak into a secure data center. Okay, so recover the property and then also get into a data center. Yep, property, data center, 2 million UD. That's very useful. Otherwise, 500k every 30 days. Which, again, is doable, but, like, pretty expensive. And if we complete these jobs, tell us everything you know about the Quantum Rider. You pull off the heist, I'll tell you everything I know. And then, sure, yeah, let's do our side quests. And then, yeah, she wanted us under her thumb the whole time, but, like, hey, if you said no, she would have taken the money, it's fine. But, yeah, she wants something that's worth more than her 2 million, which is status in the Syndicate. You know, we'll see. So, Octane has Haven Smokeout, which is, yeah, a functionally a main quest mission, right? It is part of our intro storyline, right? The intro storylines are how did you get your Cyberknight Quantum Rider in your spine? This one is, well, the only ones in the game right now is Octane paid for it. And so you get her storyline of her wanting to do something within their Syndicate. So she's given us, right? She's a contact, she's given us a heist, and we gotta go plan the heist. Wants to go to D Cartel. Yep, sure. And Ghoul's probably going to be pretty strong. She called you in, or, yeah, really created you. Yep, true. Yeah, now we gotta, like, hey, do we want, if we make D Street Cartel enemies, is that gonna be a problem for us? There's some choices to make here. Right, we can work for Arcane, or, sorry, we can work for Octane. We actually can try to betray her, potentially. So where does zombie computer really come from, by the way? It's possible that her Cyberknight died while trying to do stuff for her against D Cartel, and she's like still trying. But put her under a lot of pressure that like, you still running missions against her, but sure. So we always have a choice of one of two legworks. We can learn more about the quantum computer, or we can learn more about Octane and D Cartel. I'm going to choose this one. I think it's more interesting. And we have multiple options. Of course, Dade's already out, but Emila's natively a sleuth, which means that she's actually pretty good at this. And yeah, so if we get it wrong, we get one attempt. If we fail the 61% roll, we still get the lead, but we're caught. We gain heat, and Ultratech still hears us. But if we get it right, there's no heat. So sure, okay. We have Emile, who's now not going to be available for any missions, but that's fine. She's again good at legwork, and my Cyberknight makes my entire team good at legwork. So let's go. Who was the old knight? What were they doing? All right, so we've got legwork on. Now, unfortunately, her legwork isn't done until after this heist, which means we can try to get Dade's legwork done, probably. But, oh, and these rooms are ready. Okay, cool. So, now that the rooms are ready, we want to create some buildings. Ideally, we would make a SimStream Detox for 60k. It does not require, so you can see this icon here is nano-scrubbing. This is like pollution. Think of it like food in an RTS, but basically you have to have enough stuff to be able to pay for it. So, a Detox is, cheap in that regard. It costs 60k, which is a lot. And then the other building I actually want to build early is a Underworld Hub. The Underworld Hub lets me boost legwork, which is really, really nice. And so those are the two things I want to get early, but I can't afford either one, so it doesn't really matter. That said, they do both require power, and in fact, the detox requires power and cold. So I'm going to, pump some power wires in, start building stuff here. It's going to be a while, of course, like the amount of money I have is limited. And if I wanted something like a, hacker room, for example, isn't terribly expensive. This, again, requires nano scrubbing here, and so realistically, right, easy nano pollution too. I would need to also build a nano scrubber to be able to pay for this. So it's basically any building that's not SimStream Detox, SimStream Trainer, and Underworld Hub would acquire a second building just to even build it in the first place. So it's why I prioritize those buildings that I do. We have missions again standing out. We have the Haven Smoke out a little bit, and we're going to try to finish this this first though. And out of curiosity, right, if we run Haven Smokeout, we get 64k. We're actually going to get paid for the mission. Octane's going to get more powerful because we're running a mission for her. We'll get some trust with her because we're working together very well. And she actually has an optional objective, which is killing a wire ghost, which is 16k. And then also, we get favors if we do it quickly, which is cool. Not necessarily not loud, right? Like, there might be alarms raised, but if we get out quickly enough, then we get favors with Octane, which means we can call in favors for leverage, things like that down the line, which we might choose to do. Again, I need Dade back. I only have a few mercenaries ready, right? My Cyberknights ready, my soldiers ready. I have a Vanguard, I have a Scourge, I have this guy. I just realized though that I haven't been, I've been trying to retrain, so hopefully I didn't get too far here, but I need to respec this guy because he can't be a soldier anymore. So we need to give you a secondary class. So Agent EX and Vanguard and Hacker and Scourge all require implants. So the only non-implant multi-classes are Sniper and Cyber Sword. I don't expect to use swords on this guy, even though he's not going to be much of a sniper either. At least I can get something from these points. These are all, of course, single shot talents. Hit streak, if your attack deals damage, start a hit streak, extend your streak's chance while your hit streak gain damage. So at least that is something, right? So I'm going to go ahead and train as a sniper secondary. And again, unless I get a sniper rifle, I don't have much else going on. I didn't really plan this, by the way. I don't know what I'm going to try to get here. But I guess I'll just create hit streak. Okay, great. Again, skull shot, rapid ready. So rapid ready is at least pretty good. Oh no, it's a single shot weapon as well. So this only works with revolvers and sniper rifles, which, there aren't that many. We can get a prediction talent, which is kind of nice. And it's actually a pretty big circle too, which is pretty good. It's 0 action points, and it's a pretty big circle. So even though this is a wasted talent, kind of, it has to be with the revolver. There's some pretty cool stuff here. There's still some like pretty decent active talents here that I might just go for. But I didn't really think about. I didn't like plan out my sniper's build here. So I mean, feel free to pause the video and I click on these, and you kind of think about what you're looking for here. But yeah, I don't know if I'm using my revolver very much, so I might just take things that don't require it. I don't know if I really want the move speed that much. This, for 0 AP, I can get some move speed. Yeah, whatever. I think I'm gonna go up this way and mostly get these buffs. So Deathwatch is okay. I don't know if I care about Pathfinder. It costs 1 action point, which is a pretty big deal. And the upgrades for this are... yeah, it's canceled by movement, which is not great. But I can make hit streak much better. And then eventually there's a talent up here, which is I can move without breaking the movement talent. So this would allow me to, like, if I go up to empty lung, I can, like, use hit streak and I can use nest. And that way I can... like reposition and keep using my damage, so we'll have a decent chance even with an assault rifle early on. But strike zone seems pretty good. I have 5 points left. 1, 2, 3, 4 can get here. I can also take this, and I think that's actually worth it. Let's just go ahead and take these active talents here. And so I have, I have some movement prediction. I have an Overwatch talent. I have, some decent damage available here, and I've got a pretty solid debuff that also costs 0, which is nice. So this seems pretty reasonable. Aaron's going to be useful here with Silence Pistol and an AR. You don't need weapons right now, so I'm going to actually unequip her weapons. Don't need the stuff. I'm going to respec my Cyber Knight before I forget. So, generally speaking, look ahead is useful, but the best talent in the game I find is Tactical Surge, so I'm going to basically beeline that. I'll still take one in each of these. They're useful, but what I really want, and it's worth 1 point interference spike. This is a Overwatch cancel talent, so for 1 point, let's get it. But the big thing is actually getting these upgrades here. So, yeah. Extra initiative is fine. Plus a move point is a very, very big deal. Since you have to move almost every turn anyway, it's functionally +1 action point, and that is very strong. But I have to give up, like, look ahead and security scramble to get this, which, yeah, 1 AP versus getting these talents, not worth it. So there's that respec. Emil's already, you know, in the middle of this, but I'm going to drop her respec here as well. I find anticipation is not useful enough because there's other options available. So I'm going to respec her as well. I find lure isn't very useful either, but what I really like are blend and glasswalker. And I do like jam kit quite a bit. Jam kit's nice. We take extra charges. She's just the best person at doing this kind of stuff. And then I got 4 points, which means I can at least... Actually, I can't even get anywhere else. I guess I'll take the talents for now anyway, but I won't hold them long term. This is actually probably the almost exact same build I had before, but whatever. I'll respec it later at some point. Respec my hacker before I forget. Basically, 1 point in hard shell, and then overclock is the best hacker talent in the game by a lot. It's basically mandatory. And the question is, with 5 points I can get everything, so I will. This is just a really, really big deal for just... I have more action points, I have more like program upload power. We'll talk about all the major stuff in the next video. And just like very, very useful. This is basically like the mandatory talent for being a good hacker in the game. And so I'm skipping out on a very useful meat space ability, which is turning off security devices. But oh well. 1 point hard shell is worth it because your deck can take damage and that matters. So I've respect my Cyber Knight, I've respect my Soldier, I've respect my Vanguard, I've respect my Hacker. It's time to go into the Scourge. Let's respect you as well. So Dissolve is very good. I'll take 2 charges of Dissolve. That's all I need for now. The 3rd charge is very expensive, so there's not really much of a point. I can make it cheaper, which is fine. Saving AP is very valuable, so this is almost certainly worth a point. Disorient, I don't find super important. Biomic, I don't find super important. Brainworm is solid as an anti-Overwatch, but it's very far away. So I'm probably not going to go for that here. I will instead grab Biocoat, so I can deal some dot damage, and I'm going to move up through Venom Trap and Nervotox Shell into probably Brainworm from the left-hand side, and that'll be pretty good. So 2 more points means I can grab Nervotox Shell. So I've got a dot, which lowers accuracy. So if the dot kills them, we're fine. If it doesn't kill them, then at least they don't have an easy chance of hitting me back. I've got Venom Trap, only costs 1 AP, and deals some damage and drops move speed. And it's not direct combat, so I can like throw it from cover, or they can walk into it. There's like quite a bit of value here. And the Nervotox Shell, Shotgun is one of the guns that can have a guaranteed graze, either from being in close proximity or having a high hit chance. And Nervotox Shell, as long as it hits, enemies nearby are all stunned, and stunned is easily the best debuff in the game. This is a very, very strong skill. Of course, you can't really silence a shotgun. They're very, very loud, so you have to, you know, warn everyone else that there's gunfire going on, but very, very strong talent. And that's everyone, right? So I've respect the team. Okay, cool. We'll finish legwork. We'll get ready for Haven Smokeout, and then this will be the end of the first episode, which I hope you've all enjoyed so far. I don't have enough money to upgrade any other rooms, so is what it is. Oh. And then quick, there's more info going on. United North America, New Boston, and 5 megacorps who run the Dome have ratified a change to the city's charter to add a new megacorp. Warner Braun Global is coming to town. So suddenly there's a new major player in town who wants territory, basically, and power and influence, which means, wouldn't it be nice if we, you know, did some work for them? Maybe get some money, right? They can only bring 1,000 people. Well, it's not a security force. It's not a lot. So they're, yeah, you know, they're a big deal. They're in a lot of places. They're good in biotech. Good to know. Oh yeah, blue card and gray card is like job status, job title kind of stuff, like the kind of like worker you are in this game's lore. Let's see if we can talk to somebody and, you know, get employed. Because we certainly need money. So unfortunately, we need another run here. Thankfully, it is someone who can't go on missions. Your face can't run missions, at least not in this version of the game. So we're not losing any people here. But, yeah, we got to try again. And, you know, after a full month, we eventually, you know, she's free to, you know, guaranteed to get it. But, hey, it's nice if we get her a little bit sooner. And get that contact and get maybe some high-level missions, right? So let's go see if we can find some, you know, corporate, I don't know, VP or something who's gonna ask me to run jobs and pay me for it, right? And so now we're in an era called the Treaty of 31. So this is, there's only one era in the game right now, but this is like a way to formulate missions, basically, and yeah, it's they last a while, there are major events, and they, like, formulate sort of what kind of stuff goes on in the game. Okay, cool, let's finish this legwork. Still don't have any money. Hello, it's Maria Perry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we found some dirt on her. We found some dirt on the snitch. Ooh, she's been selling meds legally? Oh, Ultratech does not like that. Uh-oh. Oh, when she sold corporate secrets? Oh, yeah, they will absolutely kill her. So, what's interesting is these options actually matter, by the way, right? These are not just flavor text. The way you treat her actually matters here. So it's like, you know what? If you want to be a major player in the underground, let's go. You know? Let's be friendly to people. I like defaulting into friendly interactions, you know? Alrighty. So she is under our thumb. We get some bonus trust because we were nice to her, and she owes us 2 favors. So if we need favors from a biotech researcher who works at Ultratech, then we can cash those in and get leverage, which, hey, cool, right? Useful stuff. Alrighty, that's going to do it for this episode, since the only thing we have left to do is run the Haven Smokeout. So I'll see you in episode 2. Bye, everyone.